Hello and welcome to another Zwift racing video. This is stage 3 of the beach party series, and it's 5 loops of the Mech Isle course, Mech Isle Gorbachev. And it's a bit of a funny one, this one, because it's a mixture of gravel and tarmac, the surfaces, so you can choose whether to go for a gravel bike or a road bike, and I've chosen to go for a gravel bike here. It's a bit difficult to tell who's using what bike in this. I mean, the Tron bikes are kind of easy enough to separate out, but a few of them, there might be a couple of gravel bikes, but I'm not like hugely familiar with the look of different bikes in Zwift. But I think in the main people in this are using road bikes, and there might have been a couple of gravel bike riders. So as we go up the climb for the first time, I was kind of interested to see how much of an advantage the gravel bike is on this. So at the start, I'm right in the draft here, and I'm benefiting from that. So it's a bit difficult to kind of assess too well. But as I moved further up the pack and got towards the front of the group here, it did seem like I was having to work a bit less than these front riders to match their speed. So yeah, it's obviously kind of pretty good bike. It's good to do an attack here if you've got the gravel bike. It was just interesting to see how much of an advantage it is, and it does feel like it's kind of quite a good advantage. So I cut ahead to the third lap here, and I'm kind of feeling kind of okay. And then I noticed one guy goes off the front here, and another guy kind of follows him. And I wasn't sure. It looked like they might both have gravel bikes. So I thought, okay, I'll go with them, and maybe we can, if we kind of put a dig in here, we can carry on, go up the climb, and maybe kind of get a good separation from the pack here. But then this guy in front just kind of gives up and disappears, and so I push on a bit to try and catch on with this guy in front. But as I'm getting closer, I'm kind of thinking, I'm not sure if he's got a gravel bike, so I'm just going to be on my own in a bit. So I wasn't sure if this was kind of really worthwhile. Still kind of push on a bit, and that other guy seems to feel like that M watch just kind of disappeared. And then shortly after that, the group kind of they closed the gap down straight away, and it just felt like a bit of a kind of waste of time again. It's like watching it back again, it's another case of me not really kind of committing to doing this, but I did feel a bit unsure about whether it was worthwhile in this case because of the bikes. Then we get through the climb, and I'm a little bit off the pace on the climb. I'm just towards the back of the group, and then we get down the dirt road, and I'm still kind of being a bit lazy, taking it easy. I'm trying to kind of get a bit of recovery in on this, which is a bit of a mistake. I should have pushed a bit harder on here, and then by the time we get to the tarmac, the gap's kind of starting to open up, and they put in a bit of a surge on this. The group kind of starts moving forward at a kind of decent pace. A couple of times I've tried to catch back on, but there's a bit in a moment where they're obviously pushing kind of quite hard on the tarmac, and I'm starting to kind of really feel the difference between the road bikes and the tarmac. The road bikes and the gravel bikes here. So yeah, I'll lose the group here, and then that is it, race over for me. So I'll let this just run through until the end now. I need to go away and reflect on what I did wrong, just quite a lot. Obvious thing is, like, I kind of gave up and kind of took a break, took the kind of foot off the gas at times when it wasn't really a good idea. But I also wasn't like super committed again to kind of making a break, and it was essentially at the wrong time. If you're going to make a break on the gravel bike, you need to do it like just before the hill and really push over the hill. But yeah, I need to kind of go away and think about how best I'm going to tackle this again. But I would just add that like for anyone who catches this and is going to do this, like basically everyone was on road bikes on this. Rob said on the In the Drop podcast, like, people just don't read the descriptions, don't read this kind of stuff. So yeah, people just kind of turn up on Tron bikes and road bikes, and so you just want to kind of like keep that in mind, because they move like super fast on the tarmac section. So on that third lap, it looked like the riders at the back for a few moments were doing like 4 watts per kilo. So presumably the people at the front were kind of pushing pretty hard. So yeah, just kind of keep that in mind that the pack is mostly going to be road bikes, and you want to respond accordingly to that. I'd also add as well that it felt kind of pretty comfortable sitting in. If you can just kind of stick with the pack and just kind of judiciously draft at the back, that doesn't feel like quite. I thought it'd be really hard, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. So yeah, something to kind of think about. So I'll go away and think about how best to tackle this again later in the week. But otherwise, thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next one.